Today we are with Ioan Toma, Chief AI Officer and co-founder of ONLIM. Thank you so much for accepting this interview.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to share my experience from intent in this short interview.
To begin with, I would like to ask you, what is the purpose of the inChat tool in the intent project?
inChat is actually one of the many tools that are developed in the intent project. And of course, we have a very specific purpose. Basically, we provide a conversational interface for users to interact with the overall intent system. It's basically interacting with the computing continuum. And the whole idea is that, of course, you currently have users that work with I don't know, technical dashboards, APIs. So it's not that straightforward. What we want to do, and we are doing in chat, part of the overall intent project, is to allow these users to express their intents in natural language, right? And more or less, we act like a front-end layer that the users interact with in a very natural way, in natural language, and we simplify basically the access to the continuum, to this intent-based network management, and make all these capabilities of the intent solution accessible to different type of users. I mean, not only technical users, but also non-technical users.
And why do you think it's important to create this bridge between the human stakeholders and the automated infrastructure management systems?
Yeah, very good question, and very good that you brought this up. So basically, I think, I mean, current modern infrastructures, right? As I mentioned before, some of them are highly complex. There is also increased automation as part of these infrastructures. And nevertheless, there is still a gap between how humans actually think and how these systems are operating, right? So what we want to do is to actually bridge this gap and bring more usability, I mean, reduce any operational errors, have faster decision making, and so on. So in the end, it is important to have a system with whom you can interact very efficiently, and this system is actually aligned with the human goals and the business intents that are conveyed to such a system.
In this case, how does the inChat tool translate natural language into the system actions?
So the inChat uses a set of technologies basically to implement a solution that, as I mentioned, translates natural language into a more structured form, which is basically an intent, which is passed on and afterwards to the other intent tools. And here we use various technologies. On one hand, we use natural language understanding. We use large language models, more or less for the understanding and interaction with the user, generating, understanding the questions and generating the answers. But it's not only, let's say, these sub-symbolic AI approaches, but also we make use a lot of symbolic AI techniques like knowledge graphs. And we also have quite integration with one of the tools, another tool from intent, which is called inGraph. So basically we use the knowledge graph to better understand what the user is asking, to figure out how we can map that to particular resources and entities from the various use cases. And once we understand what the user wants, and this happens actually iteratively to a dialogue that is performed by inChat. we are generating more structure representation of the intent, which is a TM forum intent, and these structure intents are then passed further down the line to other components, like for example in serve, in or in net. Yeah, that's more or less just some short look into the technical details of inChat.
To finalize, what would you say has been the biggest challenge ONLIM has faced so far in the intent project?
Yeah, I think the whole topic is very challenging, and and the whole idea of the project is very innovative and challenging. And of course, there are a lot of challenges also for our specific part, which is interaction with the users, trying to understand the natural language and generating structure intents. And yes, there are, of course, several challenges. I mean, how to handle domain-specific terminology. Also, inChat, as I mentioned before, you engage in a dialogue, and we need to keep track of all the context and what the user was mentioning, let's say, or yeah, providing as input maybe down the conversation line to avoid misinterpretations. And here is basically where the integration with other components such as in graph is really important. Yeah, how to generate these answers in a way that are also easy to grasp and understand by the various users with various technical backgrounds. Yeah, how to keep basically the performance good in a way that, yeah, we should provide answers fast enough, even though we access several data sources and services. And this also goes into the direction of scalability, real-time performance. So yes, there are quite a lot of challenges that we are addressing. We have good technical solutions for that. Yeah, so that's a short overview of these challenges that we are encountering.
Okay, thank you so much for accepting this interview once again and for all of your answers. See you next time.
Thank you very much for having me.